Hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIYDreaming, and on this video what I'm planning to do is I'm going to show you all of this stuff, talk a little bit about it, and just wanted to let you know that I mean nearly everything here I have done a Facebook Live on. So if there's a project that you want to know more about, you can just look through my videos and you should be able to find the video tutorial. If you can't, let me know and I'll see if I can send you a YouTube link. I do have a YouTube page and that is a little bit easier to maneuver. Anyways, thank you to my friend Diane for suggesting that I do this idea. And I hope you guys will like it. Okay, so where to even start? Oh my goodness. Okay, well let's start right here. So in the back, I'm gonna just lift this up. In the, and a lot of the pieces I will lift up and show to you, but that blue thing in the very back are some magnolias that I painted at one of those painting party things that I went to with my friend Peggy from Bible study. And it's okay. It goes great with the colors here in my craft room. So that's one thing. Up here, I'm not going to be able to reach those things and it's probably very dusty up there. You can see one of my Goodwill silver platters that I purchased, painted, and then all of those vintage buttons right there have magnets on the back of them, and I just have them arranged in the shape of a cross. I have something similar over here that I'll show you in just a second. This, a little heart with the sea glass on it, was a fun project that I did last summer. That project was a Maker Studio project. I will include some, I'll put in the comments a link to my Maker Studio and a link to my Magnolia, because this is a mix of all different things. And then it's a mix of things that aren't even related to either one of those, that are just craft projects. And then that thing in the back corner is a small embroidery hoop that has either, I can't remember, either canvas, duck cloth from Walmart, or it's canvas drop cloth from Home Depot. And then it has a stencil on it that says, it's one of the Proverbs 31 stencils from Magnolia, and it's just mounted on this cute little, I don't remember where I got that sign. Anyways, okay, so those are the things that are hard to reach. Let me flip this around and I'm going to show you the other thing that I have over here. Here is another example. Ooh, it's leaning crooked. Another example of a vintage platter, a vintage silver plated tray or whatever. That these are all vintage metal buttons. This is going to be hard to do because I don't know where I am. Sorry, that have magnets on them. Anyways, that was a fun project. And then I have another thing up here behind that gilded seashell is a Christmas tree that I made out of vintage mother of pearl buttons. Obviously, I am kind of a button nut. So, okay, let me set this back down. Sorry if I'm shaky. I'm not a great camera person. Okay, I'll just get this situated and then I'll show you what we have here. Okay. All right, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so the other stuff that's up here on this top shelf. Oh, and I didn't say any of my normal stuff. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this tour of 3+ years of craft projects that I've been doing. sharing here at DIY Dreaming. And if you have friends that love craft projects that are quick, affordable, pretty easy, you don't have to have any special artistic abilities or crafting abilities. They're sometimes a little unusual, like making, you know, a Christmas tree out of metal buttons and a yucky silver platter from Goodwill. And if you have friends that like projects that are mostly revolving around faith and family, then feel free to sprinkle this video to your social media if you would like. Okay, so I don't know, do you guys remember when we made these? They were made, they have, this one has glitter on it. These were made with some old thread spools that my friend Dixie sent me in a beautiful old box. Oh my goodness. And they're just little round wood beads. And then this one's on corrugated cardboard that has glitter around the outside. This one is just on one of the Dollar Tree cookie sheets that I love to use so much. And yeah, what else was I going to tell you about these? So this was a project that we did. Oh gosh, I can't even remember. This one right here is the same idea, but it's got vintage sheet music on it. And behind, I want to put stuff back so I don't have to redecorate, but this is my Christmas tree topper. And it's so pretty. It's vintage music from Goodwill. It's so pretty, I think, that I didn't want to put it, you know, in the basement in a tub with all our Christmas decorations. So I put it there in front of my magnolia picture. This is just a little shelf sitter that I made, gosh, at least a year ago. This frame came from Walmart. It was $4. The fabric behind it was given to me by my friend who's a decorator, and she was updating her fabric sample books and getting rid of the ones that weren't good anymore. And so I love this combination of colors. This is what my whole house is going to be. Anyways, this is a Maker's Studio stencil, and it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart," on Proverbs 3:5. And honestly, this one and the Bless the Lord, I'll show you that in a minute, are probably my favorite Maker Studio stencils of all time. Okay, let's go back up here. And let me put these little guys back. Okay, I know it doesn't really matter. Okay, this little doodad right here was from a video that I made, I don't even know when, but we made these little button flowers. And these button flowers right here are from Walmart. Let me show you. This is what the jar looked like that I bought at Walmart. I've added some other wooden beads to it, but it was about $6. And it has some really nice, interesting wooden buttons in it. Of course, you could do this project with whatever kind of buttons you might want to use. And then this is just craft wire. And I thought that was fun. So are you guys liking this idea so far? What my intention is to just give you a little taste of some of the projects and then let you explore DIY Dreaming, because I mean there's like 300 videos here on this page. And let me just tell you one thing, this is important. So in the beginning, I still struggle with the technical aspects of social media, for sure. I won't even lie about that. But in the beginning, like for the first year or so, I really struggled with having my camera and my lighting in the right place. So here's the thing. If you go back and watch, for example, this video right here, this video actually went viral. I mean, like several million people saw this. And coincidentally, it was also my worst video because I didn't have good lighting and I didn't have good positioning of my iPhone recording the video. And so like 10,000 people complained about not being able to see the project. So here's what I'm saying. If you want to go back and watch some of my older videos, because the ideas are still good and the photography, videography is average, then just promise me that you won't do 100 comments saying you need to aim your camera down, or I can't hear you, or I can't see what you're doing. Because I know I have worked hard to get my setup to where it is today. Anyways, so this was that video that went viral, and these were the hydrangeas that we made using coffee filters. It was a really cool video, if I don't say so myself. Up there. And then this is one of the many, 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 many flowers that I've made. I'm totally obsessed with flowers. This is a loopy flower that I made with some felt that's not available anymore. I'm so sorry. It is adorable. It came from Target. It was in the dollar spot at the front of the store, and it was two long runners of this really nice felt that was meant to be a table runner. So you can't get it anymore. I'm so sorry. But anyways, this was one of the loopy flowers that I showed on one of my videos at least a year ago, if not longer. Let's see what, oh, and then this is a Dollar Tree cross. And can you even guess what is right here? Let me grab the other one that's sitting. This is one of my favorite projects. Okay, so the lumpy stuff that forms the cross is hot glue. And then I gilded it using Maker Studio products, using their size. It's a special glue, and then both of them are silver leaf. So that is what that is. And I guess I don't know if I should speed this up or slow it down. Yeah, okay, let's come a little bit lower and a little bit further back, and I'll show you the other stuff here. And I don't know why I'm leaning, but I'm sorry about that. Hey, and this is important too. So, I know that it's bothersome when I'm doing something and these comments right here are in your way. They make it hard to see. So I just wanted to let you know that you can do something about that. Depending on what device you're watching my videos on, you can swipe either left or right and they'll go away, or up or down and they'll go away. And then you'll be able to see this area right here clearly without these comments being in the way. And then if you want the comments to come back, you can swipe it the opposite direction and they'll reappear like magic. So I just wanted to let you guys know that and to explain that. I know I say it pretty much every time I go live, but still a lot of people don't understand how to do that. So yeah. Okay, here is also one of my favorite projects. This was made with Maker Studio stuff. This is some of their gel art ink, and then gilding, and then a stencil. And the way the gilding went on was just totally random, but it ended up looking to me a little bit like a globe, or a map of the earth, of the continents or something. So that's why I love this so much. So that's gold leaf. Over here is another project from Maker Studio. I love this one. This little framey thingy-mabob came from Goodwill. I painted this, I don't even remember what color, and it says pray more, stress less. And then this was one of the little bows that I made. And let me show you, I have that same stencil. It's a really good one. I also made this. Pray more, stress less. And this was also a Goodwill thing. And then here's a pulled string burlap flower with a vintage button in it. So you can see how you can get two totally different looks using the same stencil depending on what you're putting it on. And for some reason, I guess people in my area don't, oh no, oops, oh, that was close. People in my area must not like picture frames because every time I go to my Goodwill, there's a ton of great ones and I have to restrain myself not to buy a bunch of them. So I only get them when they're like super fabulous. This is just a teeny little angel that we made at Christmas time. We took some clothespins apart and used some vintage sheet music, and I used glitter. Okay, and this is something that one of my followers sent me, and it reminds me of a piece that I bought at Goodwill. I think it was last fall, maybe. And then these are just some little eggs, whoops, little wooden eggs that I decoupaged those guinea feathers on. Whoops. And this, ignore this part, I glued some stuff on it to make it taller. This is just one of the little quad surfaces that Magnolia Design Company has. And this is that Proverbs 31, verse 28 verse that says, her children rise up and call her blessed. Love that. So, okay. Am I going too slow or going too fast? I would love to know what you guys think. Is it fun to see like all these things that you've been kind of looking at behind me up close? Let's see what you're saying. If you guys like that, like me giving you a tour of past projects, because I have a hall closet filled with projects that I could just dig out every now and again and show you. I mean, it'll give you tons of ideas. So if you like that, do this. That's a thumb. Or this. Or tell me in the comments. That would be awesome. Okay. Let's go. Well, let's stay here so I don't have to mess with my phone. And I don't know, this holder is leaning, which bothers me. Maybe it doesn't bother you. Hey, Lynn. Hi, Ruth. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Lynn. Another Lynn. Lynn Gauthier and Lynn Whalen and Naomi and Claire Ann and Bobby. Lots of you guys are on. Hey, and feel free to sprinkle this to your social media if you want. If you think I have a lot of good ideas here. Okay, I'm going to come a little bit closer. And I'm going to show you some stuff down here on this desk. Okay, so this room that I'm in was a bedroom. It has a closet and there's a bathroom right next door. And when we bought the house, we were the second owners, and it was the man's office. So he had already built and installed these two bookcases. Whoops, am I there? No, there, that one. And that one. So when we got here, my kids were young and I had this vision of this being a homework room. So we had these desks built. I'll go back so you can see. On either side, on both sides, and there's one over here. Don't look too closely because it's a mess. Anyway, so we had these desks built with the idea that our kids would do homework here. Of course, they never wanted to, and they really never did. So I was doing all my crafting out in our dining room, and I was just frankly getting super tired of the mess. This was about 2 years ago, because I've been doing this crafting thing on Facebook for a while. And so I said to my husband, I think I'm just going to move all my crafts into the office, and that's how this has all evolved. So probably if you're relatively new to DIY Dreaming, you haven't seen a lot of the projects here. Okay, so right here is one of the little hearts that I made with Anne's grandmother and great-grandmother from Mississippi, their torn apart quilts. And I just absolutely love that. Next to it, here, I'm not going to take the stuff that's hanging down, is that other stencil from Maker Studio that I absolutely love. I've done 1,000 different things with it. And it says, "Bless the Lord, oh my soul." And I made that using some of the Maker Studio gel art inks that I sort of turned into watercolors. I've loved doing that kind of thing for a very long time. And then this, let me turn off my lamp so you can see. This sweet little thing right here, can you guys see it, what I'm pointing to? Is just a little, it is one of those bamboo cutting boards from Dollar Tree. And I used my husband's drill. I got brave and I drilled 2 holes and I strung it on some jute with some little beads and I stenciled it, and it says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." 2 Corinthians 5:7. And I love that. I don't even really know why, but I just do. Okay, am I going way too slow, or do you guys want to keep seeing more? Tell me in the comments if I should just say good enough and stop. Okay, these are both Maker Studio projects. This one right here is that same idea of turning the green and the blue gel art inks into watercolors. And guess where that frame came from? Yep, it came from Goodwill. And down below here, whoops, is another sign that I made with that stencil that I love so much. That's Psalm 103, and it says, "Bless the Lord, oh my soul." And then I made this little bow using some of the scraps from my friend's fabric sample book that she gave me, and it has a little piece of bling. I'm not usually a bling girl. I'm really not. But I put a little bling on that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to flip this around so that I can just tell you guys about some of the things and actually aim my camera at it. Okay, so over here, this is all my stash of things that I use all the time. I did dust, but that's about all I did in preparation. This was something we made just recently. We made this little riser, and I stenciled that sweet little Maker Studio bird on it. And then behind that, I have my camera flipped so that when you see things, the writing will be in the correct direction. But the problem is, then when I'm trying to show you something, I can't figure out which way to go. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so then my lamp is sitting on another little riser that I made, and I decoupaged on the top of it one of the pages from my Mamoo's vintage dictionary that I inherited, that I have enjoyed so much. In this little basket are some of my stuffed items. Oh my word. There's the lemons. Here's more of those little quilting hearts. Here's the eyeglasses cases that I made with that Target felt that's not available anymore. And there's a couple of my button books that I know the one in the front was sent to me by a viewer. She also sent me some buttons, but I think the one in the back was also a gift, which you guys know the kind of stuff I love. I love buttons. Okay, so then over here is, oh This is hard. And it might be backwards now. So actually, let's go this way. Oops. This might be easier and not backwards. Okay, so this little blue pedestal chalkboard thing says Ephesians 2:8, for it is by grace you have been saved. And that is a magnolia stencil. And I love that little stand. You guys, they don't always have those in stock, but if they do, you should grab it. It has a sister, which is this one right here. Oh, my word. Right there. That is white. And this one says, with God, all things are possible. Those are magnolia stencils. Okay. Right here. Okay. I'm going to have to flip this. Right here. I just cannot get the hang of this. I'm so sorry. Okay, this silver and wood thing is a Magnolia Design Company project, and it's that Philippians 4:13 verse that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I stenciled it on this little wood cutout thing with the Magnolia stencil, and I think I used their chalk paste, and the little wood cutout thing is theirs also. And then I mounted some magnets on it, and this little guy here has some of the, what are those things called? They're like Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree that are mini, to give it some dimension so it pops out, and then there's magnets. And so it just goes, we can get it right back on right there. The little metal flowers and the actual board thing itself came from Walmart. Okay, over here is a bunch of the different rosette necklaces that we've made at DiyDreaming that I haven't given away. All the rest of the ones that I've done, I have given away. And this is the one that we made using my husband's jeans and some lace from Walmart. Okay, and this clear piece of glass was made with a transfer from Maker Studio. I'm not sure if they have that anymore. But anyways, I still love it, so I'm still keeping it up. And then right here, this is just a little burlap easel. You guys, I hope you're not getting seasick. I'm so sorry. And I made this little easel. I made this little cross using hot glue and gilding, gold leaf from Maker Studio. All right. Okay, I get a ton of questions. A ton of questions about this. And you guys, it is just a wreath that I made out of various vintage pages of sheet music, encyclopedia pages, some Reader's Digest pages that I cut in the shape of different leaves. I made it during the fall last year, I believe. And then it's glued onto this wreath form. I haven't been able to locate that video. I think my friend Susie sent me the link to it once, but I don't have it uploaded at YouTube either. I'm not sure why. That was just something that kind of got missed. But it is pretty, and it's just classic. I love it. So I'll probably keep that there. It's so lightweight. It's being hung up with a thumbtack. Okay, and then right here, I'm sorry about the lights shining, and it's backwards now because of the way I'm holding my phone. Sorry. That says bless this mess, and that is just a little frame from Walmart. It was $4. It was in the $4 end cap, and it has painter's drop cloth inside of it. Can you see that? And I stenciled on the outside of the glass, and then it has some of those little stacked rosettes with vintage buttons on the corners. Obviously, I am a button lover. And then, okay, this right here, oh gosh. Next time I do this, I need to hire somebody to come over and video me. Okay, this right here is a big cross that came from, guess where? Goodwill. It was painted the most horrible neon color that you've ever seen. And so all I did was I took this interesting rusted piece of, I don't know even what that is, off of it. I painted it with a cream colored chalk paint, and then I used a little of the Maker Studio Hazel Mahogany Gel Stain, just with the paper towel over the top to kind of distress it a little bit. And I absolutely love it. It's awesome, if I don't say so myself. Okay, and hiding back there are, whoops, the stuffed bunnies and eggs that we made this year during Easter time. I used this blue and white ticking from Walmart, and then I stenciled the polka dots using a magnolia stencil and some canvas duck cloth, also from Magnolia, and then I just added little embellishments to it. You've probably seen it a bazillion times because I think we talked about it for a whole month solid, or probably longer. Okay, this right here, I'm really sorry that it's backwards, and it's a little bit crooked. This says, I still remember the days I prayed for the things I have now. It was a yucky silver platter. Let me see if I can get a picture of the back. Can you see how, I mean, it's in terrible shape. It was terrible, 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 terrible. So I painted the whole entire thing in a creamy colored chalk paint. And then I used one of the Magnolia design. Oh, thank you so much, Pam, for the stars. I really appreciate that. It has this stencil that says, I still remember the days I prayed for the things I have now, from Magnolia, in sort of a gray colored chalk paste. And then down here, guess what? More flowers. These flowers I made using, what is it called? The line, the kind of rope that you hang your laundry on from Walmart. And there's a vintage button and some lace. So that was a fun project. Just in the last day or so, somebody was asking, I'm gonna flip this around. Okay, in the last day or so, somebody was asking if, and I'm gonna stand you back up, so I have two hands. So I'm sorry if it's a little shaky and you're looking right at my chest, sorry. Just like in the last few days, somebody gave me, I think it was Candy. She gave me some ideas of projects that she would like us to do. And you guys feel free to give me ideas because I want to do projects that you want to see. And she said that she would like a little box decorated that we could put like prayer requests or written down Bible verses or, you know, that kind of thing in. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And you know what? We actually did it. I made this like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. It's just this wood box, nothing fancy. It was like $4 or $5 from Target. And then I gilded the whole thing. And I stained the inside of it a dark brown using the Hazel Mahogany Gel Stain from Maker Studio. And this is the gilding gold leaf and size from Maker Studio. And then I snuck into all the rocks and gems and things that my husband and my son had from a long time ago. And I hot glued this purple geode on the top of it. Isn't it pretty? I love it. Okay, and in here, you're probably so overwhelmed, and I'm very sorry about that. Okay, this is the perfect instance where you really do want to swipe the comments away so you can see what I'm doing. in this little box, I like to write things down. I'm a paper person. So I have a ton of these little note cards from the grocery store. And then I also have just some of these little things in the past that I've written, just different Bible verses that are meaningful to me. I can't even remember how long I wrote this one, but I love it. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Psalm 119, verse 11. That was like my motto at this time in my life. I was just hiding as much of God's word in my heart as I could. This one says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That little cross is behind me. And then these are just some printed ones. So if you want to make a box like this idea, it's in my videos. And but we could also do another box that we stencil or something. Okay, and then right here are the little blossoms that we made a few weeks ago in this milk glass vase thingy-mabob that I got at Goodwill. Okay, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we've done enough. Let me just show you these. And then we might take a little break and I'll show you other projects because there's a whole other side and then my bookshelves are full. And if you guys like this idea, I might pull out, you know, I have tubs and tubs and tubs of craft projects that I've done. I might pull those out at some point. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that I should do that? If so, tell me. So this is one of those baking clam dish things that I decoupaged with some pretty napkins from Tuesday morning. And then I used the Maker Studio gilding in gold leaf and size around the edges. This is a oyster shell that I did the same thing. And here's just a little teeny clam shell that I did the same thing. Okay, let's end with the butterflies. And then I've talked for, I don't even know, 45 minutes. But we'll end with the butterflies that we did yesterday. But here's what I want to say. So when you're looking at all these crafts, I get it. It can be totally overwhelming. But what I want you to know is that each one of them individually was super affordable. A lot of times I was repurposing things from like an old quilt or something that I found at Goodwill, some old buttons, some old lace. So a lot of these were just quick. I was repurposing things. They were super affordable. There's nothing in here that I have made that you have to be an artist to do. And yeah, if you want to, here's one idea. If you put this video, if you just click the share button and put it on your Facebook page, then you'll be able to go back to it if you want to watch any little segments of it a second time. So that might be a good suggestion. But everything here, all my projects are quick and easy, super affordable. They're mostly faith related. I'm sure you've been able to see that, and there's a ton more over here. And so if this kind of thing appeals to you, check up here and make sure that you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming. If you have questions, let me know that in the comments. The videos that I was talking about for each one of these little projects are here at DIY Dreaming. If you just click on the videos button, you can scroll down and you'll see there's like 300, 400 videos that I've done. Seriously, a lot. Because I craft all the time. I have the absolute dream job. So you can also save the video to watch it later. That's what Tabitha says. But you know what? I don't know how to do that. Other than putting it on your Facebook page, just clicking the shared button and putting it on your Facebook page, I'm not sure how you would save it any other way. Obviously, Technology's not my strong suit. So yesterday we made buttons. No, we didn't make buttons, I'm sorry. We made butterflies using the beautiful butterfly stencil from Magnolia Design Company. And I just wanted to show you, I went ahead and finished them all up this morning. I put pins on the back of a couple of them. These are going to be going in my blessing boxes when I do the next one, which will be probably sometime within the next week. I'll tell you. I'll let you know all the details. These ones have magnets on them. They were super easy. We used the ink from Magnolia, almost like a watercolor. So I thought they turned out pretty good, and I loved it. Also, I talked about how the Bible doesn't specifically mention butterflies in it. It doesn't. But the stages of life of a butterfly are very similar to the stages that our Savior, Jesus Christ, went through for us. They start as a caterpillar like we do, you know, all yucky and mucky and full of sin. And then the caterpillar goes into a cocoon, and it seems almost like the caterpillar is dead. And that is similar to how after Jesus was crucified, his body was put in the tomb for 3 days. And they thought it was over. They thought he was dead. They thought, how could this have happened? Just like the butterfly that goes into that cocoon for a while. And then the butterfly, the caterpillar comes out of the cocoon, a beautiful butterfly, just like our Savior, Jesus Christ, rose, and then he came out of the tomb, and then he appeared to over 500 people. He was raised from the dead. So those 3 stages of a caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly are very similar to this, just what Jesus went through for us. And that was one thing that I talked about yesterday. And in case you missed it, I just wanted to mention it because I know I will never look at butterflies the same, ever. I will always, when I see a butterfly, I will think about Jesus and what he went through. And yeah, anyways, I'm getting all weepy. Okie dokie, well, I'm gonna say goodbye. You guys, thank you for taking this rambling tour of my craft projects with me. I hope that you got some good ideas of things that you might want to do in the future, one project at a time. And you can't do everything all at once. If you have questions, did I glue the butterflies together? Yes. Okay, so I stenciled this using that beautiful butterfly stencil from Magnolia Design Company, and I will put links down below when I'm done. And then I painted over the top of it once this ink was dry and I had heat set it. I painted this one with a magnolia green ink and a turquoise colored ink. And then when that was dry, I heat set it again with a hot iron, and I just cut another piece of the same canvas duck cloth, glued the top part of it together, took some of that polyfill, stuffed it so it has dimension, and then I put button magnets and pins. Wouldn't that be cute? Or on a jean jacket or a bag or something in it. So check out that video if you didn't get a chance to see it. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys either later today, I'm not sure, most likely tomorrow. Okay, bye everyone.